I am Stinivas Assistant Professor from the Department of Information Technology, BVRIT, Narsapur. Today I am taking the course Python and our topic name is Introduction to Python. So generally, you know that Python is a programming language, and many people will thought that in few softwares of Python they will be giving like Python symbol. You know that what is the meaning of Python in the English? English meaning of Python is that like a big snake or long scale snake we can define. Then people will think that Python is Python programming like this. Different people are thinking in the different ways regarding the Python. So now we'll see what is Python. Is the Python programming name is given based on the snake, or why the Python is selected? What is the meaning of Python in the Python programming? Why this name is given? So so you know that when you might be aware of that Python is programming language like C language. Python is also one of the high level language. Then what is the difference between the C or Java or some other languages over the Python? And as well as why that particular name is given Python, that we are going to see now. So introduction to Python, you can see Python is invented by, you can see here the photo of this fellow is who is invented the Python in 1989, and he's called as, his name is given as Guido van Rossum. He invented Python in 1989 and he released on 20th February of 1991. And Python is used by many people like software engineers, data analytics, and network engineer, mathematicians, accounts, scientists, and many more. Using Python, one can solve the complex problem with the less and fewer code. When you are starting the writing the code, you will be able to understand. So you know that before that here, as I told you that I have not mentioned here, but the Python is name given from, actually this Guido van Rossum were very interesting in TV serials. In the TV serials, he used to see the web series that is Maltese Python is the TV serial, which was very fascinated with that Maltese serial. And when he started doing the Python, invention of Python, because of his interest with that name, he given the Python name, because that name is unique. That name we didn't find anywhere. It is a uniqueness of that name. He fascinated and he has given that name as a Python. So Python is invented by Guido van Rossum in 1989 and he released in the market in the 20th February of 1991, and he was given the name as Python from the Maltese Python TV series. And Python is used in different ways, and comparing the, for example, I will give the simple code. If I want to write hello world in the Python programming, simply I can take a single statement that is print, and in this print we can give hello world, you will be getting the hello world output. But if you take the C language, for example, if you compare with the C language, C programming, how many lines we require to print this hello? First we have to define header files, hash include stdio.h, then again we should go for the main function, void main or int main, and after that you should open the brace within the block of that main we have to write. Here simply, if you take a one IDE, and in that simply if you take one single printf and in bracket if you give hello world, it will be printing hello world. That you are going to see in the continuation class. Then what the Python can do. Here you can see Python is used on the server to create the web applications. As you know that the other languages also used to create the web application, but Python is very suitable because this can be written in very fewer codes. Python can be used alongside software to create the workflows. So, alongside software can be also created because of the same reason. It requires very small code. Then, Python can connect to database systems. It can be also read and modify the files. Then Python can be used to handle the big data and perform the complex mathematics. And Python can be used for prototyping, rapid prototyping, for production or ready software development. Just I have given some glance few like application or what the Python can do. Again, we are going to see in the next slides what is the Python can do. What are the uses of Python, what are the application of Python, that we are going to see in the next slide. So these are the few things which the Python can do. Then we are going to see in the next slide. Here you can see applications of Python or uses of Python. Then these features of Python we can see. What are the features of Python? These features, each feature can give us how the Python is advantageous over the other programming languages. So here one by one we can see around 11 applications or features of Python I have given. In that you can find that. First one, it is easy to learn and use. Python is easy to learn comparatively other programming language. Its syntax is straightforward, much same as English language. So this is the feature, or you can write the advantages. In the other programming language, syntax are more. Here in this Python, the syntax are very less, like similarly English language. And you can see here, there is no use of semicolon or curly bracket. Here, as I told you just now, that when we are taking the C programming, main function we are taking. After the main curly braces we are taking in order to create the block. Here in this Python, no need to write the curly braces. Simply you can take colon after the any function or maybe wherever the block you want to create. So it is recommended programming language for the beginners. When we compare with the C language, the Python can be easily learned. So this is the first feature. Second one is the expressive language. So as I told you that here Python performs the complex tasks, complex programs. We can write complex programs, complex applications with very fewer lines. As I given just now in the introduction, simply if you want to write hello world in the C programming or some other languages, we have to create some header files, we have to write some main function, we have to write some curly braces, we should create the block. Then within that we have to write printf as an input function from the C programming. Then we can write hello world. But here in the single line if you type in the IDE print hello world, you can get the output hello world. So it will take only one line to execute, while the Java as C takes multiple lines. Because it requires some libraries, header files we have to write, define, then only after that we can write. So this is expressive language. Because of this reason we can call it as expressive language. The next one is that interpreted language. Python is interpreted language. It means the program executed in one line. Okay. So from this I have also mentioned that advantages of interpreting language takes debugging easy and portable. We can easily debug. That means finding the error is easily, because here it can interpret each line. So this is the advantage. Then cross-platform language. That means the Python can run equally in any platforms. It may be any environment or any platforms or any environment. You can see here the Windows. If you take operating system Windows, if you take Linux, if you take Unix or Macintosh, etc. If you take any kind of environment, the Python program can run equally with the equal speed, with the equal accuracy, with the equal time. So it is cross-platform language, you can call it as. Next one is open and free source. So here the Python IDE or Python environment or Python editor can be easily available in open source and freely, free of cost. Simply if you take a browser, in the browser, if you click python.org, you will be getting some IDEs. Any IDE you can choose, different versions of IDEs you can have. You can just click on it, then download it, install it, then you can run easily without any cost, free of cost. So here, open source means anyone can download its source code without paying any penny. That means without paying any rupee, as in the Indian language you can call it any rupee, that you can easily download the source code. That means operating environment where to execute the program you can easily download. So that is regarding the Python programming, that is called free of source. Then we can see object oriented language. Python support object oriented language. That means such as concepts of class and objects come into the existence, and it supports the inheritance, polymorphism, encapsulation. These are all comes under object oriented language. So like Java, the Python can be also supports the OOPS concepts or objects oriented concepts such as interface, polymorphism, encapsulation, etc. And this object oriented procedure helps the programmer to write reusable code and develop the application in less code. So because of this object oriented language, the programmer can use the code again, reuse it, and we can write in the less code. Extensible is another feature. That means the C or C++ can use to compile the code. Thus, it can be further. It is also used in our Python code. So, same thing, the compiling of the code can be also done in the Python code. And it converts the program into the bytecode, and any platform it can be used in the bytecode. So, this feature is called as extensible feature. Next one is large standard library, huge amount of standard library, vast range of libraries in the various fields of such as machine learning, web developer, and also for scripting. If you see, there are various machine learning libraries such as TensorFlow, Pandas, NumPy, Keras, PyTorch, etc. And Django, Flask, Pyramids are the popular framework of Python web development. So because of this, all these libraries present in the Python, so it containing, this is another feature where the Python is containing large amount of standard libraries. GUI programming supporter, graphical user interface is used for developing desktop applications. So with the help of Python also we can do PyQt5, Kintar, Kiwi are the libraries that can be used for the developing the web application. These are also part of These are also part of Python programming. So this is another feature we can call it as Python can support graphical interface, graphical user interface. Integrated. It can be also integrated like C, Java, etc. The Python code can run like C, Java, C++. It makes easy to debug the code. Okay. It is also easily integrated with other languages like C, C++, Java. Embeddable. The code of other programming language will be used in the Python source code. So this is called embodied to other languages. So these are the few features or 11 features you can call it that. Not only features, in all the features you can find the advantages of the Python programming also. Okay. So these are the, just now we have seen, the first one is that I will recap a class within the 2 minutes. Then Python is, when we compare the Python is programming language, when we compare with the other languages, this is very easy. Within fewer codes we can write, debugging is easy, The code can be reused, we can use the functions, we can use all the types of concepts in the C programming or other programming with the help of less code. In the C programming, we used to write some main function, header files, and to create the block of code, we are taking curly braces, but we are not using all this in the Python programming, so that the program can be written in the fewer code. And Python is developed by Guido van Rossum in 1989 and came into the market in 1991 February. And this fellow, this Guido Rossum belongs to the Netherlands and has given the name as Python programming, because if you felt that Python is a unique name and is fascinated from Monty's Python TV series. And we have seen why the Python is named. Python is using in the different types of different fields. Just now we have seen. Next one is features of Python. It is easy to use. It is expressing language, interpretation, or embedded, or cross-platform, free and open source, etc. So, thank you, students. We'll continue the class in the next video. Thank you. Then bye bye.
Like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.